Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I just want to let you guys know this is future Kevin speaking instead of the actual in-game Kevin at the moment. And the reason for that is that I lost my commentary. Well, I didn't really lose my commentary. I forgot to pretty much unmute my mic whenever I was recording. So the majority, I think if not all of this episode will be post commentary, pretty much me summarizing what I'm doing exactly. So right now we are actually gonna fight the Eater of Worlds, and like I said, it's unfortunate because I said a lot of good stuff in what I was talking about in my commentary, but yeah, I do not want to like pretty much re-record everything here, so I'm just gonna post commentate everything. And this is gonna be a semi-short episode, so like actually it took a really long time to actually make this episode. But as you can see, once we break this third ball, we already broke the two other ones in the previous episode. So once we break this third ball down here, pretty much the Eater of Worlds does summon. So we're gonna go ahead and fight that. And when I first like actually fought him, I anticipated kind of a more difficult fight. I'll just say that right now. I started off fighting with the Shurikens, and the reason for that, I believe, was just because I wanted to waste them. I took a few potions prior to this, kind of to help me out, but even with those, it made the fight so much easy. Like, I felt like I was pretty much overpowered at this point. I had the meteor suit and everything, and infinite mana essentially with the meteorite gun. So yeah, it made this fight like so much easier than I anticipated, and like I said, I had some good reactions in this video like prior to it, but unfortunately I would lose all my commentary because of it. But whatever, you know, it happens. So I made sure to speed up the actual video because honestly I'm not gonna like the length of this episode was supposed to be about I think 28 minutes, but I decided to speed it up times 4. Well, it's not times 4, it's like times 3 or times 2 right now that I'm looking at my editing. Yeah. So a lot of the time I spent talking, and trying to actually commentate through a 30-minute video is pretty difficult. I don't know if you guys ever done it, but let alone talking while you're like playing is difficult, and when you're not actually doing the playing yourself, it becomes even more difficult. Like, I don't know if you guys ever done like a presentation, like having this like whenever the teacher would ask you like to pretty much presentate for a minimum of 5 minutes. It's like, oh, how am I gonna do this 5 minutes? That's somewhat like this. It's a bit more relaxing in terms of games because you can actually talk about whatever you want, whereas like you had to talk about a specific subject. But right there, I was saying like if you kill the eye of I'm not the eye, the Eater of Worlds in the little what's it called? All that stone down there, we would not be able to get it because we are not able to break it. And right here, I decided that that fight was a bit very easy, so I was like, hey, let's fight another one, because why not? You know, I lost all my demon eye ore previously in the last episode, so it'd be a good idea to grind this guy and just see what we can do and make out of it. So yeah, and a meteorite had landed there also, which I haven't checked out really. um yeah, but I was mentioning how this guy was a lot more easier than I anticipated. Like before, I remember I would have a lot of a lot of difficulty just fighting him alone, and he's only the second easiest boss. Well, technically he's third because you have the Eye of Cthulhu and the King Slime. The King Slime is probably the easiest boss in the game, and of course I died to him. But it goes from him, then to the Eye of Cthulhu, and then this guy, the Eater of Worlds. He doesn't have any projectiles, so he can't shoot you with anything. His only way to actually attack you is by actually touching you. So it becomes very easy. And if you do break his pieces off like in the middle in the segments, they do split up into more of the worms. So as you can see right there, you kind of just split into two worms instead of the one I was fighting. So if you can just make sure to like angle your shot at him, you can get a lot of damage in really quickly. But I mean, for the most part, that's pretty much what I did. I kind of just stuck down there. Like I said, I was using Shuriken at first because there's they're so accessible. They're found in nearly every pot you find underground. So it kind of weights it. Anyways, here now I was gonna make a montage, and actually it sounds really cool now that I'm hearing it, like hearing it like break all those blocks really fast. But I was gonna make a montage and show you guys like a bunch of music. I'm sure I'll have music playing in the background whenever this is fully done. But yeah, this process alone took hours to complete. Trust me. I did this for about an hour recording, and I was gonna turn that all into like a bit of a montage with music playing in the background, like I did with the Minecraft series. But shortly after, we actually had a what's it called? I can't even say it right now. That thing, that thing has just spawned the Goblin Army. So we had the Goblin Army kind of show up out of nowhere. I got the message saying they were coming from the west before I ended that previous little video segment, and like not even a minute afterwards, like I had recorded almost right after like I got that first initial message. And usually it takes a good amount of time. And as you can see here, I started like kind of using my battle axe to kind of chip away at the wood. Like I was saying, I was mid through like working this entire thing. And yeah, so these guys spawn and they got really annoying. Like luckily they're very easy for the most part. I didn't really have much if any trouble with them. So a lot of my guys, a lot of my NPCs did die though throughout this fight, and I just kind of kept digging away at our thing. That's why I said like I'm just gonna speed this up. I'm gonna speed up the entire video because why not? Like really, like I said, the entire video doesn't have any extra commentary, so it's a bit unfortunate, but it happens. I don't know how I missed it, but I think I muted it whenever I was like digging at one point, and I was like, okay, you know, I'll just unmute it whenever I get back to actual recording, and I don't know, I always forget to unmute it. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. I fought these guys for a few minutes, even though they were very easy. Like each time you killed one, it went up like 1%. But really, you only had to kill like 100 of the goblins before actually finishing off this fight. And right afterwards, I believe I decided to go to the underworld and start increasing my progress a bit. And as I said in the previous no, I didn't say that. I said it in this episode, but the recording I cut. But I pretty much said that I was gonna fight Skeletron in the next episode, and that's what I'm planning to do. So you'll see on the right side of the screen like some, what's it called, some of that water dripping right there, and I didn't know what to do with it for a while. So I just I left it there for a good amount. I ended up digging the majority of this hole, and oh, there you go, we defeated it. I think that's what it said. But yeah, you'll have like little, no, it's not defeated yet. I think, oh, one of them was slain. I think the guild was slain. And I ended up just kind of tearing it up and just letting the water kind of flow all the way to the bottom. You won't see that just yet. I think that's the end of the episode. But yeah, I think I defeated it, and I decided to go underground. This was a very long episode, like I said. Like in total, there was about an hour and a half of footage, which I cut down to like 20 some minutes. Of course, it wasn't all commentary. Like I do leave a recording like whenever I do go on these long excavations, just for in case something like that happens. But yeah, I just kind of throughout the entire period that I was down here, I was just mining the Hellstone. I needed to increase my level to fight Skeletron. I don't know if I was fully prepared. Like even with a meteor, I think I would be prepared, but with the full Hellstone suit, I felt like I would for sure win that fight. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all I did. It's very difficult to mine this stuff because even with the obsidian skull, even though you can't walk on the Hellstone, like the lava will hurt you. So I nearly died a few times. I right there I was testing it out to see if it did protect against lava, and obviously it didn't. So just for the majority of this time, I got enough for a suit and a weapon, I think, or a pickaxe at the very least. And yeah, that's pretty much the amount of health. I still have to go down there and get more because I do need a better sword, I believe. But I don't know. Anyways, we came back. I pretty much summarized exactly what we did. I showed you guys pretty much I finished excavating the entire the entire bottom of our base. Like I said, we're gonna have different biomes, which I'll show you guys in the next episode. But for now, like, yeah, it's completely cleared it out. I mean, besides water that I have to do eventually, I do have to do the top still. But yeah, that's honestly all we did in this episode. We did get one of those little flying eater of souls. I think I don't know what they do. It's just kind of little buddy. It doesn't really do much, but yeah, I mean that's really the basic gist of it. Like I said, in the next episode, Skeletron's gonna be our next guest, and a few other things that I have planned. Probably build up the base a little bit more. Um, yeah, as you see on the little map, it's completely wiped out. I have to yet to find all those meteorites that landed recently, and I was gonna combine my shoes and everything, but I realized you need a tinker's workshop, and I don't have one. So that's what I'm doing now. But anyways, that's gonna be the end of this episode. I know it was a short one and a bit of a weird one, but you know I had to improvise and overcompensate. I didn't feel like recording everything. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Bye bye.